Create your own family night board. This is the best Christmas gift that I have ever given. I am going to today help you create your very own family night board. Okay? So this is one of the most invaluable gifts that you could ever give your family for the cherished memories you'll have as a family. And a lot of my friends have been asking about my board and wanting me to kind of teach them what I did. So what better place than my videos? So I'm going to teach you and help you create your very own for your family. And I promise all the effort you put into it will not be wasted, that it will be something your family enjoys for years to come. So I will get to this in just a sec, but hey, if we have never met, I am Janae, founder of Transition What Now? And I am where I specialize in helping everybody in transitions and thriving. I am an author, an entrepreneur, a homeschooling mother of 5, and I've done over 2,000 live broadcasts. So a lot going on here. Doesn't mean I can't take out time to be with you and teach you this stuff. So it's really pretty exciting for me. I'm going to, we need to do a little check-in on our homework last time. So last week I did give you homework. And what I have been doing, what I have been doing with the homework is just checking in. Like, if you did it, let me know. I like to check in. Also have homework to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need more subscriptions, the better. So do click on that YouTube channel on Transition What Now. Push subscribe. And with the new mom tips, so homework from last week we did the time-tested tips for new moms. Your homework there is just forward that to a new mom you know. You know, that video. Like, send her the video. And remember, it's not just a mom of the first-time baby. It can be their 5th baby. It can be their 15th baby. And sometimes we just need some new tips or some new gold nuggets or things that we might not have considered. So that's that. Go ahead and share that video with a new mom you know. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get into it. We are going to get into creating your very own family night board. I am going to show you mine, and then I'm going to take you step by step through how to create your own for your family. All right, so I'm going to give you the showdown right here. So here's the top, and we have a bit of a bigger family, so it goes down, 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 down to little baby Sarai down there. Okay. And step 1. So step 1 of creating your family night board, and maybe I should back up a little bit. The purpose of this family night board is that you sit down, pick a night together, that you sit down together as a family. You've carved out that night as your day together, or your night together, or your Sabbath, or whatever it is, where you are going to spend time with your family playing a game. So most likely it's going to be something like a game or an activity. It does not have to be a board game. It can be just an activity that you guys like to play, even something like those minute to win it. So anything like that that you guys want to do together as a family and create that family time. So that's the idea, is that you're sitting down, you're doing something together, and it's not just about the game, because there's all these other roles that your family will be participating in. And again, one of the cool things, it's not like one person picks a game and everybody plays, but as you can see here, everybody in the family has a role for family night. Very creative idea. I actually got it from somebody on Pinterest that I can't even find anymore. Anyway, okay. Step 1 is to take a picture of every single family member at about the same size or distance, right, from on your photo shoot. And I would say the same backdrop as well. So you don't want, somebody out by, swimming in the water and somebody sitting on their fireplace. You absolutely can. But for the most part, I just took my family and I put them in colors that I'd want to go with my home. And then I put them in the same place in my living room and shot everyone from about the same distance. I turned out a little bit smaller, but hey, I'm small anyway, so that's okay. Anyway, so, and have them practice, let them know what you're doing, have them practice a pose that they like or that suits their personality. So I call it a personality pose. So go ahead and do a personality pose. I'll show you. This is Dad's. Look at Dad's personality pose. This is mine. Go figure, the gymnast. Rohan, come on, give it. Royce, oh yeah. Jovan, look at that guy. And then we even let little Waylon have a prop because look at that cool dude. And little Sarai, I actually tried to do some in the house and that day, and she was at that age where she was running from the camera, you know, like, and laughing, kind of like she is here, but I did snap a cute one. So that wasn't my idea, but it was just her age. She just did not want to sit still at that point. Okay, so that's step number one, is you want to snap that photo. Then you get them printed. So while you're waiting for them to come in the mail, or maybe you go and get them printed somewhere with a little thumb drive, whatever, you get them printed, okay? I would say while you're doing all that or waiting for that, step two is to go get this board. Again, the person that I got it from had a flat board, and she actually got a piece of metal that she cut out. She cut out the metal and then fastened it to the flat board. I went to Hobby Lobby and found this bad boy. Like, it was already metal in the exact size I wanted. So Hobby Lobby is where I got this. And it's just over in the woodworking section. There's a lot of, you know, blank wood that you can craft and create with in your local Hobby Lobby. So that's where I got this, and it was already done for me with the metal board. It's actually called Woodpile Fun Slate Wood Message Board, $16.99 in crafts. Do you see that? In case you need it. Okay. So that's where I got that. I am sure on Amazon you can even find something like this. I don't know, because a lot of my stuff I did get at Amazon. So that was the next thing, is to get your board. Then I stained it. It comes this color, right? Just plain. You can leave it plain. You can paint it. You can stain it. Oh, I forgot about that step. I actually made a coffee stain, so you can look this up online. I'm not going to do a whole tutorial on that. We actually stained our son's bunk beds with this stain because it's pure, natural, all of that. A little bit of our chicken coop. So it is a stain with steel wool. You soak steel wool in water for a few days, and then you add ground instant coffee. So how natural is that? And then you stir it up, and basically you have a stain. You have to let it set for a certain amount of days, like 2 days maybe, and then you can use it. So you can look up how to make a coffee stain with steel wool online if you want to do this kind of stain, and you can make it lighter or darker, I believe. Anyway, that's what I did, or just get whatever stain and color you want. Okay, so that was what I did there. Now, next step you need is to get a, the girl that I got this from, she actually used lettering, like professional lettering that she somehow stuck to the board. Okay, I just decided to get a paint pen. So I did a paint pen with my name. I have a short name, so that helps me. But I just did a paint pen and painted my name over the stain, and then obviously wrote Family Night. Okay, of course I'm not a total perfectionist, but I would have really liked it if it was, you know, half an inch over to the right. Oh well. Same thing with this. Then I go on Amazon and I got my pom-pom, or my, you don't even need one, so if it's not there, it's okay, it's all good. But I thought that added a nice touch. She had one too. Again, I think I would have taken it one pom-pom shorter. Not the hugest deal. So you can get your pom-pom. I got that on Amazon. It was a bit of a fancy one with some gold and things like that. You can do any kind of pom-pom or banner. I just call it like a banner. So just get a banner that you want for your family board. Okay, so you're getting your materials right now. The other thing you're going to need is this. Muy importante. This is photo magnets paper. Not probably paper. Photo magnet sheet. So this is the size of it if without that piece cut out. So it'd be a rectangle like that. And yay, Maria. So that's the size. I think it came with like 3 or 4 or 5. I don't remember. So depending on the size of your family. And I'll talk about that in a minute. If your family is not yet complete, if you are still having children or don't know if you're not going to be done, I would recommend making smaller people and leaving room. So look, I have room, right? And I've got 5 kids. So you could just, if you have a huge family, maybe you have 11 kids, you could make them smaller and you could put them all in here. If you just have 1 kid, you could make yourself bigger. If it's just you and your husband right now, let's say that you don't even have kids yet, but you're planning for kids in the future. Well, for now, just make you and your husband, right? And and you can leave room for your future family, right? So that's another idea as well. Don't feel like you can't do this now because you don't have your kids yet. You and your husband can enjoy an amazing family night, or your boyfriend, or whoever you're going to celebrate your family night with. Okay, so back to this photo paper. Basically this, I'm going to actually put my board down for a second so I can show you this paper. It is paper where you literally, you peel off this adhesive and stick your photos to it, and then it becomes a magnet. Voila. So before you do that though, after you get your pictures printed of your family, you need to cut them out. So just take, I have really nice like sewing scissors, and cut out the pictures just in picture format. You've printed the picture, cut them out. So you cut out, and it's hard. Like look at these fine details of hands and stuff. They're not going to be perfect. But I just cut it out just as the picture. Then you stick the cut out picture, okay? So I have the cut out picture. I peel this back, stick it onto here, okay? And then the tutorial or the video that I saw, or the constructions that I saw from Pinterest, she got an, what is that called? The X-Acto knife. No, do not use an X-Acto knife. I literally had hand cramping from trying to carve out my entire family with every little tiny nook and cranny, and it didn't come out as smooth. And even my husband said, just cut it. And I said, nope, that's not what the instructions said. Well, these scissors were a miracle. Just use nice, good scissors, and you can cut them right out from this magnet. So then the back of it is in fact a magnet. So that black part will just stick right to the magnet board. Okay. So once you have your people, you've cut them out on the paper, or on the, the photo paper, then you've adhesed them to the magnet paper and cut them out. Then you will have that object that I just showed you. So it will be, and you can stick it on a fridge, you can stick it on anything, right? It's just a magnet, little magnet person. Now these also aren't, you can create new ones if you don't like them later. If you want to change it up, you can create new ones. It's a lot of work, but you can do that. Okay. So that was the biggest part for me, is the pictures, but that took so much time. Now, you have your board, you've stained your board, you've cut your people out, you've put them on the magnets, and now it's just all the labeling and the fixins. So I would recommend doing this part next, just writing your name, your family night. I like to call ourselves Family Ali because it rhymes, but it didn't work with that, so I just did Ali Family Night. You can write whatever you want. Next is I have roles. So this is the important part of family night, is you have different roles you play. So I'm going to share with you our roles, and I can give you a couple ideas if you don't like the ones we had. So role number one, I have it, and I'll explain it a little bit. I have it in order from, dad down to the youngest. But here's dad. So dad is the conductor, and these rotate. But to start out, we started with dad as the conductor. Mom picks the song. Firstborn, prayer. Secondborn picks the lesson. Thirdborn picks the activity. Your activity is your game. Do you want to play Connect Four? Do you want to play Rummy? Do you want to play Clue? Do you want to play Minute to Win It? Do you want to do karaoke? Do you want to do... We've even allowed the kids to do a video game with us, where they got a new one and we all went down as a family and played together, because that was a treat for them. And those are some of the examples of games we've done. We've done laser tag as an activity. We've done like hide and go seek type stuff. So it can be any game. Typically we do a board game at the table. That's what we normally do, but that doesn't have to be the case. Lots of creative things you can do. Fourthborn, snack. That's always a fun one. And then little Sarai is actually too young to play right now. We start this after dinner, and she goes to bed by 7:30, and sometimes we eat at like 6:37. So sometimes she hangs around, and sometimes she doesn't get to play, but I have her as fruit of the spirit. So I'll talk to you about all these roles, and like I said, give you other ideas. So conductor. Conductor leads the night. He's in charge, she's in charge, whoever it is, of the flow of the evening. So transitioning from one to the next, okay? He calls the meeting and say, okay, after the song is over, all right, who's next? Prayer, who's next, right? So just That's the conductor. Song, I pick a song. We, as a family, kind of have made it, not kind of, we've made it our spiritual night. So we pick a faith-based song. You can pick any song you want. Our only rule is that it's faith-based, and then that person plays a song where we all sit and listen to the words. And sometimes it's like a song on a phone that has all the words in the video, okay? Prayer, someone says a prayer for our night together, and usually you should hear these kids. It's always so thankful for this family night and excited to be together, that type of thing. Super sweet. The lesson. So why we wanted to get the kids up and kind of teaching their leadership skills, planning a lesson. It's not always that planned out. Sometimes they literally like, oh, I have lesson tonight, and that's 10 minutes before. So we think about something they learned that day. It happens to be a day where we typically have gone to church and they've had a lesson at there that they can kind of play off of. Rohan one time did that from his youth group, and or like I said, like that they've been to church that day. Or it's something that's going on in their lives, so it can be anything. Mom and dad can also help with that, help them research something and present some sort of lesson. Even little Waylon, who's now 4, has presented a lesson. I'm trying to think of what he did last time, but it was really good. So that's lesson. The next is obviously activity. We've already talked about, you know that. And the snack. Snack is, again, if a 4-year-old's in charge, I typically help, or sometimes one of his brothers will help him prepare the snack. They have definitely leaned towards major sugar craziness. Think Elf, and it's somewhere along those lines. We've cut back on that a little bit, but it's usually something, we've already had dinner, so it's usually something that is kind of a sweet treat. They all have their personalities, which is so fun. Like this little guy loves fruit and veggies, and he always makes like a fruit salad. This guy loves serving, so he creates some creative dishes that he hands out to us and is all proud. This guy, he just plans it out. He knows what to do, and it's done. So it's fun to watch that aspect as well. So that's snack. And if you have people who, kids who really love to bake, Maria, or things like that, then you can have them prepare ahead of time something, and so you're not just doing it in half an hour. You can prepare the day before. Fruit of the Spirit was, it's going to be, we don't really use it yet because she's too little and we'll rotate through, is basically pick one of the fruits of the Spirit: gentleness, kindness, self-control, things like that, and make sure that is being exemplified in our family night. So just promoting that fruit of the Spirit, being it and promoting it with others. Again, you can create any roles you want. Some ideas, if you don't want it faith-based, you could do game host or leader or conductor is fine. There could be a storyteller. Maybe you want to have somebody who tells a story and makes it up. Can be fictional, non-fictional, but does a little storytelling. Could be something like a poem. Maybe you want your children to practice poetry, so they stand up and one of the areas is poetry or poem reading. A joke of the day, right? You could have somebody who just kind of does a joke of the day, get humor involved. That always helps. If your family's kind of crazy that day or that week or that month or that year, humor is our best medicine. So having jokes or things like that. So those are some ideas for your family that you can do. Now, week 1, this was our rotation. Then we simply do this. After week 1 has happened and this is our roles, then we move everybody over 1. And again, I'm not using a little stride on here. So then everybody moves over 1. You just kind of go in order. I suggest having kind of, if you don't have a ton of room, like look how wide my pose is. I wouldn't do that one again. Something a little slimmer like these, right? All right. So they're still hard to fit, but they do fit. So now we've got little Waylon as the conductor, and it just goes as follows. So you just keep rotating through, and I'll see sometimes we do this on Sunday nights. I'll see that I'll notice that it's all been rearranged because the boys get excited and they rearrange it. Okay. So I have another idea. You might have grandparents or parents that are a special part of your family. When mine come to visit, we've actually made, not as fancy, I literally just took my mama. I just found these pictures because they had been here on a visit and we were doing this, so I ran and found a picture of them, and I just cut a magnet strip and glued it to the back. You can always do this. This is easy. It just won't last as long. So when Grandma and Grandpa come, my dad. We stick them on the board for a roll, and we put them right in the mix and create a roll for them. So I thought that was kind of fun as well, that you can do that, and it makes them, you know, they love to, they've been here a few times. They actually live 3,000 miles away, but when they are here, they like to participate with us. So you can put that in the mix. Okay, I think that is it. Oh, and I did tell you how to just affix this at top. I did mine. I had just gold little tacks, right? And I just did that. And then it just hangs on the wall near our kitchen. So it's kind of like in our kitchen by our pantry that it hangs there so that we kind of see it and can refer to it while we're having our family night. Whew, okay. A lot of talking. However, you can always go back, rewind the video, see the steps. In a nutshell, let me review. To create your own amazing, cherished family night is get your picture taken of your family. Cut them out. Get your board. Stain or paint your board. Get your magnet paper. Affix the picture to the paper. Cut the pictures out, or cut that out for you have your people magnets. And, oh, I will say this. And then you want to write your family name. And for writing these, I used black Sharpie. If you don't want to keep the exact same or your family's still growing, you can write this in pencil. You can still see pencil, but you can erase it. You can write it in dry erase. All that will erase quite easy. So I would recommend just writing it in pencil, and then you can change it up as your family grows or whatever. So I just made sure they were nice and straight with a ruler and lines to do mine. If you're not have the best handwriting, have another member of the family, or who cares. Or you can get little stickers. You can also get stickers to do these, and then you can just peel them off. All right. So that was the next step, is to write in your rolls. And the last step was to affix your banner and hang it. Actually, the final step is to pick your night and start doing it. This is a wonderful Christmas gift, and I secretly worked on it in the night like a little elf and presented it to the family for Christmas. And literally since Christmas of 2018, we have been doing it almost every Sunday. If you want to do it Saturday night, if you want to do it Monday night, if you whatever night works for your family, it takes about a couple hours. So it can take around a couple of hours, depends on what you want to do. So that's what we do. And we, you know, obviously, I think last Sunday we had a family over and we didn't do family night. So it's okay if we don't. We just kind of pick it up the next week. All right? And if there's any questions, you can pop them through. You can ask me in any comments later on in the week. And if you forget something, but again, you can always rewatch the video and rewind through to see. I, again, got the board at Hobby Lobby. A lot of my materials, Hobby Lobby for the paint thing. Amazon is where I got my banner and photo magnet paper. But I'm sure craft stores, local craft stores will even have this stuff as well. And good scissors. Make sure you have good scissors. All right. Homework. Your homework is to make this Christmas gift for your family. You will not regret it. You can do it way more crafty than mine. You can do it way simpler than mine. It doesn't matter really what it looks like. The kids care less. It's more about that you're cutting out that time for your family and enjoying that special time with them. Nobody ever regrets spending that special time with their family. All right. And your other homework is to share this video with any of your crafty friends. Like, hey, check this idea out. Share this video with them. Or friends that would love this idea, or you think it would be really great for them to have some good quality time together, and share the video with your friends. Okay? Awesome. I'm excited. You know, hey, when you make your family boards on YouTube, go to YouTube, subscribe to Transition What Now, and in the comments, put up a picture of your family board. You can also do so on the website, but I'd love to see a picture of your family night boards that you've created. And I'm sure it'll be so cool because they'll all look very different. And I would love to see that. All right. Join me next week, same time, same place for Rock Motherhood. I hope you're rocking motherhood right along with me, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week, and I'm excited to see your family night boards. See you later.